Throughout the centuries, history has been written in stone. In the pages of the Bible, we find stories of miracles, prophecies, and the lives of figures who changed the course of humanity. But what if I told you that some of these places, these settings where such significant events took place, still exist? Can you imagine walking where Jesus preached or crossing the sea that parted for Moses? On this journey, we'll travel through time and distance to explore 5 biblical places you can still visit. Get ready for an experience that will transport you across millennia, where history comes alive and faith becomes tangible. Jerusalem, a city that resonates with the weight of history, a melting pot of cultures and religions, a place where spirituality permeates every stone. Here, in this ancient maze of narrow streets and vibrant markets, we walk in the footsteps of prophets, kings, and Jesus of Nazareth himself. Imagine the scene: Jesus entering the city acclaimed by the crowd, as he heads to the temple. That same temple, though in ruins, still stands as a testament to the unwavering faith of the Jewish people. The Western Wall, what remains of the Second Temple, is a place of pilgrimage, where prayers slip between the cracks of history. But Jerusalem is much more than a place of ancient ruins. It's a living, vibrant city, where faith is breathed in the air. It's the city where Jesus was crucified and resurrected, where hope rose above death and changed the course of humanity. Walking along the Via Dolorosa, the path Jesus took carrying the cross, we can feel the weight of his sacrifice, the magnitude of his love for humanity. And upon reaching the Holy Sepulchre, the place where it is said he was buried and resurrected, history becomes tangible, faith becomes a visceral experience. Jerusalem is a reminder that history is not limited to books. It's a living story, breathing through the centuries, inviting us to connect with our past and reflect on our present. More than 1,400 feet below sea level lies the Dead Sea, a body of water so salty it defies the laws of nature. Here, in this surreal landscape, where the earth seems to melt into the sky, biblical history comes to life. These waters are said to hide the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah, destroyed by divine fire as punishment for their sins, a reminder of divine justice and the fragility of human existence. But the Dead Sea is also a place of healing and rebirth. Its mineral-rich waters have been prized for their healing properties since biblical times. Imagine King David seeking refuge in the nearby caves, or Herod the Great enjoying the thermal waters in search of relief. Today, floating in the Dead Sea is a unique, almost magical experience. Feeling your body rise effortlessly, surrounded by an almost absolute silence, is a sensation that connects you with the vastness of the universe. Contemplating this unique landscape, we can feel the presence of history, the power of nature, and the grandeur of creation. The Dead Sea is a place where the past meets the present, where science merges with spirituality, inviting us to reflect on the mystery of life. In the heart of Galilee, surrounded by green hills and olive groves, lies Nazareth, the town where Jesus grew up. Here, in this humble and quiet place, the story of Christianity began to be written. Imagine a young Jesus playing in the cobblestone streets, learning the carpentry trade from his father Joseph. The Basilica of the Annunciation, one of the largest churches in the Middle East, stands on the spot where, according to tradition, the angel Gabriel appeared to Mary to announce that she would be the mother of the Messiah. Walking through the streets of Nazareth is like stepping back in time. The stone houses, the ancient wells, and the artisan workshops transport us to the biblical era, allowing us to imagine the daily life of Jesus and his family. Visiting the Church of St. Joseph, built over Joseph's carpentry workshop, or Mary's well, where it is said the Virgin Mary went to fetch water, are experiences that bring us closer to the humanity of Jesus, to the child who grew up in this small village in Galilee. Nazareth reminds us that faith can flourish in the humblest of places, that greatness is not always found in palaces and temples but in simple and humble hearts. On the Aegean coast of Turkey, among the ruins of a glorious city, we find the indelible mark of early Christianity. Ephesus, one of the most important cities of the Roman Empire, was the scene of St. Paul's preaching and home to one of the first Christian communities. Picture the scene: the Apostle Paul, with his passionate words preaching in the Agora, the political and commercial heart of the city. Crowds gathered to hear his message, some with curiosity, others with skepticism, but all touched by the power of his words. The ruins of Ephesus are a testament to its past grandeur. The impressive theater, with a capacity for 25,000 people, still stands like a stone giant, whispering stories of gladiators, plays, and the uproars caused by St. Paul's preaching. Walking down Marble Street, flanked by columns and statues, is like stepping back in time, imagining the hustle and bustle of daily life in ancient Ephesus. And as we gaze upon the Library of Celsus with its majestic facade, we can feel the legacy of Greco-Roman culture. Ephesus is a reminder that faith can take root in the most unexpected places, transforming hearts and inspiring generations through the centuries. In the heart of the Sinai desert, a mountain rises that has captivated the human imagination for millennia. Mount Sinai, a place of breathtaking silence and austere beauty, is where, according to tradition, Moses received the 10 Commandments. Imagine the scene: Moses, guided by a pillar of fire, ascending the steep slopes of the mountain, entering the mist that hid the divine presence. And at the summit, amidst thunder and lightning, receiving the tablets of the law that would change the course of history. Today, thousands of pilgrims and visitors climb Mount Sinai every year, some following in Moses' footsteps, others seeking a spiritual connection with the divine. The night climb, illuminated by the moonlight and stars, is a challenging and rewarding experience. Upon reaching the summit at dawn, the landscape transforms into a breathtaking spectacle. The sun, emerging from between the mountains, paints the desert with vibrant colors, creating a magical and unforgettable atmosphere. Visiting St. Catherine's Monastery, located at the foot of Mount Sinai, is like stepping back in time. This ancient monastery, founded in the 6th century, houses a priceless collection of Christian art and history. Mount Sinai is a place where heaven and earth seem to meet, where history merges with faith, inviting us to reflect on the meaning of our own existence. From the cobblestone streets of Jerusalem to the summit of Mount Sinai, we've journeyed together through some of the most iconic places in the Bible. Places that connect us with the past, inspire us in the present, and invite us to reflect on the meaning of our own existence. Which of these places would you like to visit? Which story has impacted you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey through history and faith, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. See you next time.